We all want our kids to be safe and secure online, but are they? For advice, we turn to Paul Davis. Paul is a social networking safety educator, goes from school to school working with students and parents. Paul actually spoke recently at my kids' school, and we've had some interesting conversations during the weather and traffic. First off, though, when parents are a bit clueless and they're letting their kids do certain things, you say that is a major red flag. And that one thing is what?
Pay attention to your kids.
You gotta not give them the sense of privacy, right?
100%.
Yeah.
I am always baffled when parents, especially of grade schoolers, will say, my child needs privacy. Buy iPhones, Blackberries, Androids, computers, netbooks, call for internet access. You gave it to them. How about you take a vested interest in what they're doing online? That's step number one. Number two, don't send them to their bedroom with the technology that you've given them. And number three, how about respecting the rules of technology? So, if your child is 8 years old, they're not supposed to be on Facebook. They lied about their age to get it. If their child is 9 years old and they're on Instagram, well, page 1, section 1 says you will not use Instagram unless you're 13 years of age. So how about we respect the rules? If you apply those three simple things, it's amazing how much safer your child is online.
Wow.
And it's really simple. Now, when I talk to kids, it's an eye-opener because I'm rattling them about the technology that you're using, and I guide them on how to be safe. When I talk to parents, you know, last night a mom said, I loved your tough love approach to this whole topic. Okay, if that's the way she perceived it, that's excellent. It is a hard deliverable, but I'm not coming in with a dog and pony or puppets. I'm coming in with knowledge, a strict deliverable, and action items. So when they go home, if they follow certain guidelines I've given them, they are statistically safer after they leave my presentation. If parents go home after 90 minutes of listening to me with the notes they've taken, implemented the guidelines I've given them, they're safer after the presentation.
There you go.
And it's very simple. It's just a matter of execution. So if you listen, you understand, you remove the sense of, okay, listen, no more technology in your bedroom. And I'm a tech dad, and I want kids to use technology. With us as parents guiding them. That is our responsibility. For at least 18 years, that's our responsibility. And at least when they're in grade school, understand what you've given them. Make sure you're on top of the technology you've given them. Put rules, and I've always said, put rules, guidelines, and consequences in place. So your rules on how to use technology, your guidelines on how to use it, failure to abide by it, take the technology they prize the most away.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Because they do prize that technology.
Of course they do. Of course they do. Okay, so say, for example, something slips in following your tips and we don't do it, and my child gets something out there online, be it a photograph, we hear it in the news all the time, be it a photograph incriminating, he or she shared something they shouldn't have, you know, that type of thing. What can I do now?
Number one, we have conversations with our kid. I don't believe in scolding them because you don't want to put any more guilt on them. An accident has occurred. They put something out there without understanding the consequences of it. Let's talk to them. Secondly, identify where that image has gone. Has been posted online, remove the image. Now, if Google Images has already indexed that image, work with Google to try and remove that image from Google Images. Now, you're going to have to go through a bit of a process, but you actually can do that. So remove where it originally got posted, then go and try and find out where else it may have been replicated to remove that image offline. And then obviously go through the technology that they used to post it online, make sure it doesn't happen again, perhaps not use that technology, and move forward from there. But you can correct a lot of the problems or the accidents, as you might say, that have occurred. Sure.
Okay, you have a couple of things coming up we should be talking about here. You're speaking at Father James Whalehan School, Monsignor J.J. O'Brien, John Paul II School in Okotoks. All common sense stuff, it sounds like, right? That would just slip through the cracks for us parents.
You know, I'll tell you, a mother in Windsor, Ontario said to me, this was a real dose of common sense. So I take my 25 years of IT knowledge, I deliver it in a manner that everyone understands it. Also from a parenting perspective, but parenting, you know, is part of the whole piece of it, but it's primarily technology. And when they go home, they sit back and they analyze and they say, that's all common sense. But the difference is, versus going home and being inspired by the presentation, you need to go home and execute what you've heard on it.
Take action, right?
With that common sense deliverable. And then life changes. And it's amazing how simple it is.
We have information on breakfasttelevision.ca. Good to meet you, Paul. Really common sense advice. I like it. I'm going to talk to my kids for sure.